Today is Wednesday, July 29th, 2026. Here are the day's main stories. Saudi Arabia and the United States have carried out strikes against Iran-backed militias in Iraq, marking a new escalation in the Middle East.
U.S. Central Command stated the strikes targeted Iran-aligned terrorists directed by the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps to attack U.S. forces and Saudi energy infrastructure. Iraq's Popular Mobilization Forces, dominated by Iran-backed Shia militias, reported at least 20 members killed in the strikes. This follows an attempted surprise attack by Iran on Tuesday evening, launching missiles at U.S. forces in the Middle East. The U.S. said all missiles were successfully intercepted. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps claimed its missiles targeted a U.S. airbase and a command center in Jordan. Separately, the Corps naval forces struck 3 oil tankers in the Strait of Hormuz, after they reportedly ignored warnings.
President Trump held separate meetings with key leaders yesterday.
President Trump met with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Tuesday at the White House. The White House described both meetings as positive and productive. President Zelensky discussed Ukraine's hope for U.S. assistance to bolster its air defenses, later stating, President Trump agreed to grant Ukraine a license to produce Patriot interceptor missiles. Prime Minister Netanyahu's visit, according to BBC News, comes as U.S.-Israel ties are frayed due to differing views on Iran.
In Japan, rescuers are in a race against time after a powerful earthquake struck the island of Kyushu on Tuesday.
At least 13 people have been killed, with many still missing, following the magnitude 7.1 earthquake. Soldiers and emergency workers are combing through a damaged shopping mall and collapsed houses in Kumamoto, searching for trapped survivors. Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi emphasized the urgency, stating, "There are people who are still waiting to be rescued, and it's a race against time." The quake has caused widespread disruption, with 36,900 homes without electricity and 9,500 without gas. Over 9,000 people have left their homes for more than 500 shelters, as temperatures are forecast to exceed 32 degrees Celsius.
Firefighters across southwestern Europe are battling persistent wildfires and bracing for another intense heat wave.
French authorities on Tuesday ordered 4,000 more people evacuated from tourist sites along its Atlantic coast, in what may be France's largest peacetime evacuation. Fresh flames erupted near Grand Croix, a popular Atlantic beach west of Bordeaux. A fleet of 23 planes and helicopters is dropping water and fire retardant as crews fight to contain the blazes. Gironde Prefect Sophie Brocas stated the situation remains complicated. France and Spain anticipate a fourth heat wave, with temperatures expected to reach 40 degrees Celsius. In Spain, wildfires have forced over 70,000 people to evacuate over the last week, though 44,000 have now been allowed to return home.
The Trump administration has announced a ban on new foreign-made humanoid robot imports to the United States. According to BBC News, the move applies to advanced robots, including humanoid and four-legged machines, many made in China. The administration cited unacceptable risks to America's national security. The Federal Communications Commission also banned imports of power inverters, citing risks to the U.S. economy.
In South Florida, thousands of Haitian immigrants are bracing for an uncertain future. 300,000 Haitians in the U.S. are set to lose temporary protected status, which allowed them to live and work in the country. NPR reports the Supreme Court last month allowed the Trump administration to end these protections, first granted after Haiti's devastating 2010 earthquake. The decision has rattled South Florida's Haitian community, where immigrants work across healthcare, hospitality, construction, and service industries. That was the NDP Media News Digest. Thanks for listening.